3, 2, 1, here we go. How does Anish Giri, one of the top chess players in the world, play against the King's Indian defense? If we look at this position, white is completely dominating. 2 rooks on the 7th is just such a strong position. How did he get this? Well, let me spoil the video a little bit for you. We reverse it. He plays a brilliant knight move in the center, and then he gets full control of the center, which all comes from a King's Indian defense. What are we going to learn in this video? You're going to learn how to crush the King's Indian defense from the white side. You are going to learn how Anish Giri, one of the top players in the world, plays against it. And you can also use this setup with the white pieces. Then you're going to see a very, very cool endgame. Very professional by him. Now, if we look at the top and the bottom right corners, you can see the players. Giri is 2724, and Luis Paulo Supi, top player from Brazil, is 2570. Here we go. That is what we're going to learn from this video. But first, what is the King's Indian defense? Knight f3, knight f6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, castle, castle. So both sides are using the King's Indian setup. With white, it's called the King's Indian attack. With black, it's called the King's Indian defense. Here we go. d4, d6. That is the point. You are controlling a central dark square. Giri now plays c4. This game took part in the Olympiad 2024. There are so many ways for black to play. Here, Supi chose c6, just to gain a bit of central control. Just want to show you, there are a few ways. You can go knight c6 with e5. You can even go c5 here, just trying to get central pawns off straight away. And there is another approach. There is another approach, which is knight d7 and e5. However, today, c6 played, knight c3, bishop f5. White is controlling this diagonal, and really that is a normal type of move in these kind of positions. You want to go knight e4, just trying to trade pieces. And here, this is actually the first reason I wanted to go through this game. Giri surprised me, and from this moment he played a beautiful game, bishop e3. This move looks really silly because you are blocking your own e-pawn. My first question, because this is also my own chess diary, my own chess tutorial, I'm teaching myself at the same time. Why don't you attack it? It's because now bishop f4, and the point is this knight is actually misplaced. Very clever maneuvering. And if you play a blunder, let's say you just play a normal knight move, the truth is that bishop is trapped all of a sudden. e4, hit, and now d5, take, that bishop is trapped. So this did not happen. I'm also teaching myself. What's another moment here? Bishop f4. Really, one option is to just deliberately go knight back. Well, then you've actually wasted a move. White has gained a move by playing the bishop to f4. Because by learning from these top players, just this small move order, there must be a difference. Okay, and now if we keep playing a little bit, rook e1, which is to get space, knight e4, queen b3, hit this, because normally a bishop is defending, and now this is the key idea, which I don't fully realize until using the engine. Knight to h4. The point is you attack this bishop because it's actually far too advanced. The knight on the edge is actually a great move. I'm learning so much from Anish Giri. So an exchange might happen. You actually take the bishop first. And then we get this beautiful looking position where the bishops can open up. White is in control. You do not want to trade, because now this is complete control, so much domination. The pawns all protect each other. The bishops slice the board, as you can see from the blue arrows, and then the rooks, the red arrows show you can double on the a file. So why is William showing you this? Because I need to learn from these top players as well. There must be a difference. So this is why, perhaps, this is why Anish played this move, rook e8. This is the beautiful thing coming up. When the pawn break comes for black, it actually suits white very well. What do I mean? Rook c1, normal move. Queen d7, that looks so strange, doesn't it? But he wants to go bishop h3. Queen b3 out, good move. Because if bishop h3 now, take, and then the queen can take on b7, so he can't do it. So he strikes in the center, and from this moment, I love the way Anish plays. You see that bishop on e3, now it's a brilliant piece. Take, take. If we compare the differences between the bishops, well, white's bishop is much stronger. This tends to be the problem piece in the king's Indian defense. Rook d1, hit the queen, it moves. h3, another very accurate move. We can get space with g4, but it also stops the knight hitting our bishop. Class move, but also normal move at the highest level. h5. Why did Supi, top grandmaster from Brazil, play h5? To stop. To stop white playing g4, but now that square is open. Knight g5 is possible. Really nice outpost for the knight. Comes to a6, because you can't go to b7 at the moment, because the queen will take. So, knight a6 play, normal kind of option in the king's Indian. The knight can sit on c5. And now, cool move, c5. I love this move. Just gaining space, gaining control. You can't take. Because after take, then you take on f7 and you get crushed. My mouse is a bit slow, forgive me. Take. You can see how slow I am. Check. I need to get a new mouse. Check, and we're crashing through. So really cool move to gain space. c5 played. Now e4 is played. Just want to show you guys that is actually one option. Bishop h6. Then the knight can come to e4. The game goes on. However, black played a very normal move. Pawn to e4, blocking this bishop. Rook d6, class move. White is showing a lot of control. Let's have a look. We are 6 minutes in. Let me hurry up. Rook d6, rook b8. And then rook d1. Rook b8, what a passive looking move. If you see, if rook d8, you're just going to double anyway. So he chooses to defend the b7 pawn. Yeah, what a strange move. Rook d1, and now class move. Yes, this is actually one of the moments in the intro. He plays a really, really cool move. You guys have 5 seconds. You can pause the video now. I'm just going to hold up my hand. White to move. Can you see a class move? And it's all about attacking the f7 pawn. The cool move is knight takes pawn. Because after take, if you take again, which is what happened anyway, rook d7. Hit the queen and the knight. And you're coming in on f7. So if you play the wrong move, let's say knight c5, then you get checkmated. Can't take, because then it will be checkmate. Good. Checkmate. Let's go back a few moves here. So, in this moment, Anish Giri sacrifices a piece, and you are going through the d file. Good. Queen e6, and now take. Same thing. Same thing. You can't take here because it leads to checkmate anyway. Oops, can't draw an arrow. Take, and then queen f7. So, queens come off. Now, both are under attack. Take. And now we are getting to the position in the intro. Class endgame domination by Anish Giri. Take the pawn, and now rook d7. That's the cool thing. There is no good way for black to defend the f7 pawn. If we count the pawns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 6 each, but the class difference, the main difference I mean, is white's rooks are too strong. Can't go rook f8. That's what I first thought, but then you lose that pawn. Bishop h6 might come soon to hit the rook. Rook b7, and now here there's no rush. White is in control. Get the king in. Hit the rook, making sure the king defends. Making sure the king defends. f2, and then that bishop is actually perfect. You might as well defend the c5 pawn, and black can hardly move really. Okay, back to the game. So, Supi chose rook b4, hit the pawn. Now you give up that f pawn. Now this is a decent option for black because it's not actually checkmate at the moment. It looks a bit too scary, but remember the bishop still controls. b7. Alright, what happened? What happened? Bishop f4. a5. For me, this looks terrifying because in 5 moves time, you get a queen. But Anish Giri, one of the top players in the world, can outcalculate his opponent. e4. There's actually a better move, which I'm going to show now, which I did not see. Rook e7. Why? Watch this. If you just keep pushing the pawn. No, wrong option. Wrong pawn. Here. If you just keep pushing, you lose. e4. If I can even click the right move, that would be helpful for the viewer. Let me actually click the right move. e4. a3. Blunder. You're 2 moves away from getting a queen, but you lose e5, and now it's checkmate. That's the whole idea of this really cool rook move. And if you just go a2, you get a check. And now bishop h6, who cares? Who cares if your opponent promotes with check? The king is completely safe, and you're going to checkmate them. Bishop takes e5, doesn't matter, check. Now if the king moves, it's checkmate. That is checkmate all of a sudden. That actually looks pretty cool. And you are up. You are down a queen. So on the previous move here, check. You have to block, and now you must take with the bishop. Then you win the queen in the corner, which was a pawn just 5 moves ago. That's the class difference. I just wanted to show you this because I am certain Anish Giri saw all this. 10 moves ahead. I have to put on the engine just to make sure because I don't see it, but I'm so confident he saw it. That's why he went for it. That's why he can allow the queen, and then, well, white is completely winning here. Put the rook there, and it's actually checkmate. Or you go after the pawn. Right, that is one brilliant variation I wanted to show you. He did it the other way around. e4 is still good. Rook e8. Why is that a bad move? Because there was this really cool defensive option, which is so difficult to see. It's ridiculous. Rook c8. Because if you can't take this because your own rook is hanging. So you might go here, and then they come off. You hit the bishop, so it comes back, and now this counterplay means that pawn will drop. And then here, very, very accurate moment pointed out, you hit white's stronger pawn, which is this one. You can't play f3. So you hit the stronger pawn first, and then you see that pawn on c5 is weaker, and then black can go after it. It's a bit too close now. But this is just so difficult to see. But of course, this video is kind of like a selfish diary to myself. These teeny, tiny, subtle moments, that's where I get a lot of value from. So of course, I will share this with the viewer. Bishop f4, a5, e4, rook e8, rook e8, and now rook f d7. Brilliant move because you can't take the pawn because it is mate. g5. Deflect the bishop. Yeah, very strange move. What if bishop takes? Oh, because then you just push your pawn. Right. So here, now the bishop comes into d6. Same idea. You can never take that pawn because it's checkmate. Rook d3. Take. Hit the bishop. It goes back. Now white is completely winning. Making sure this rook always stops this pawn pushing, and then there, oops, and then it'll be checkmate pretty soon. That's your square you want. You can't do it at the moment. So black is getting some counterplay, but white's pieces are way, way too strong. Defend. Push. Can't take. You lose your rook. Now what? Rook f5, class. And this is actually one of the moments I showed in the intro. If it is white's move, if white can check the king, it's almost checkmate, because the black king can only go to h8. With this move, you plan to take lots of black pawns, and then you'll be completely winning. Oh yeah, same problem, guys. I've just realized you can't do this, because that's mate. So that's why Anish put the bishop in the center on d6. Not only is it a good move, but it actually threatens checkmate. Let's have a look. We're 14 minutes in. Give me 3 more minutes. I'm almost done with this beautiful endgame. Rook f5. King in the corner. Push, and that's the point. Cut off the bishop, you win. Rook c2. Rook f7 is checkmate pretty soon. You can't take. That's the problem. You can't take because that is mate. It is mate here. So, after this moment, it's game over. Rook f7, push, and now check. Actually, in this moment, he resigned. After e5, he resigned. Just want to show you what happens. Rook f7, and then really checkmate here. And that's the point. That bishop stops the exit square. Fantastic, high level, high class game from Anish Giri. Top left corner, Magnus Carlsen mastery over Ali Reza Firouzja's King's Indian defense. You enjoyed this video? Then top left corner is a perfect recommendation because Magnus Carlsen, the best player in the world, also crushes the King's Indian. Bottom left corner, from the black side this time. Best chess game you wish you played has 22 new ideas, 2,300 views, released a few months ago. You want to see a brilliant game, that's a good choice. And then top right corner, how to play one of the best defenses, 14 minutes. Intro King's Indian video. That's a great one to start. Thank you so much for watching. You want to stick around, please choose one of these videos. I'll see you next time.